Good day to you all, and welcome to another one of our Lenten reflections. And welcome to St. Louis Church in Fort Kent. This church has always been a part of my life. My father was baptized here. This was his parish. When my parents got married, this was their parish as well. I've seen many baptisms and funerals of relatives and friends. But most importantly, I had the opportunity to be the pastor in this parish. Today we celebrate the fifth Sunday of Lent. In this reading, there are Greeks who want to come and see Jesus. Seeing in John's Gospel is believing. I've always been told that I tend to be a better learner when I see things visually. I seem to pick up the details better. So when I see the outside of this church, or when I see the inside of this church, I've always have that belief of its roots and its importance to me and to my family. Seeing in John's Gospel is believing. And so we turn to the details of our story. In our Gospel story today, we have two Greeks, we are told, who come to see Jesus. Now, as we mentioned earlier, seeing Jesus is believing in John's Gospel. And so when these two Greeks, probably converts to Judaism, when they hear and learn about Jesus, they want to see him. They want to come to believe in him. And so they seek out two of Jesus' apostles and ask them to bring them to Jesus. So when Andrew and Philip come to Jesus, they are interrupted. They ask Jesus, or rather they tell Jesus that these two disciples really want to see him, but he seems to ignore them, and he goes into a narrative, a very important one. For Jesus, at this point, those who see him and believe in him need not have this quest as the Greeks do. However, Jesus shares with his two apostles what's on his mind at the moment. And it is not about bringing new converts to his reality and to his teachings, but rather for them to understand what it's going to mean to believe in Jesus. He tells his apostles the time is at hand. Jesus recognizes his imminent death. And it's not as though Jesus is frightened. He's troubled, obviously. But more importantly, Jesus sees this as the fulfillment of his mission. And so he reminds them. He reminds his apostles particularly that the cross is going to be the fulfillment of his mission. The cross is going to be the purpose of his mission. And as frightening as that might be for any human person, including the humanity of Jesus, he knows that this is what's going to glorify him and glorify his Father. And so his reminder to the apostles and to those who want to see Jesus, the time is at hand, and that is the key. And Jesus is focused upon his sacrifice and his fulfillment of glory in this mission. So, we, like the Greeks, want to be able to see Jesus. It is easy for us to be reminded of this great Christ. We can see in these beautiful images in the church a variety of stories that remind us of who this Jesus is and who it is that we believe. So let us come to our celebration looking to see the Christ that is available to us and at the end of time.